Hello, welcome back. This is James Area from UX Shape. Today I'm going to walk you through this Rota management application or shift scheduling application. If you have staff and you want to manage their shift, or you work, maybe in a restaurant and you're a manager and you want to manage your employees' shift schedule. So I've just created this prototype. It took me some few days though, and I'm just showing you a review or overview of this prototype. Really, I'm not going to prototype anything right now. I'm just going to show you, and then I will send you the RP file, and also I will prototype some section board at the next video. So today what we're just going to look at is the preview of this, how this application works. The idea of this application comes from the Excel file that I created. I developed this Excel application to manage staffing Rota, which is something like this. I'll just show you now, which is something like this. I don't know where all the files are. Yeah, I've saved there somewhere else. Let me find them again. So I have this information, which is this. So the idea is for, you have a department within a company and you want to manage your staff shift for the week and how many, the type of shift they are doing and when they're starting the shift and when they finish their shift as well, and you want to calculate the total hours. So basically that's the template of it. And I decided, this is going to be very difficult to manage in Excel over time, because a lot of people do not know how to work on Excel, and sometimes the calculations might be wrong, and then somebody can delete something from this section, from the calculation, and things might not calculate properly. So I decided, why can't I have a prototype for this and let a developer develop it? So I worked on this and I ended up creating this Rota application. And this application has only about 4 pages. We have the home page, which is like the index page. We have the login page, and we have the department list, so we can show different months, and different years Rota, so they can go back in the future, or forward, in the future, and also back to the past, and then see the Rota that they've developed. So here as well we have the main Rota page, and this prototype is not adaptive or responsive, by the way, because the content is so much, and the practicality of making it responsive, it's really not the idea right now. But the idea is to show the developers the what is needed to be developed in terms of the front end, and also in terms of the functionality of the back end, how the interaction is going to behave. And I'll show you this prototype in a browser. So as you can see, we have some masters here that we've created, which is the header, and some headers as well, some footer, some masters that we've created that we've used on each of the pages. So let's just preview this page and let's go to the main prototype itself now. So we're viewing it on browser. I will just minimize this sitemap area so that we can see the prototype. Now we have this main page, and we have this little banner showing, and it's fading. So we just have a little interaction that is just showing each of these things, and slide in and slide out, or fade in and fade out, which is pretty much easy to do. Then we have the login. Once the user clicks the login, we show the login, and they can select their department, they can enter their password, and the user can log in, which is pretty much okay as well. And they can hover and they land on this department list Rota. When they land on the department list Rota, they can select any date, and when they select any date, they can go to the main Rota page. Now, this is where the main action is. The idea is the company that develops the Rota might have the logo here, and you have the login, the logout button or logout link here. So if the user has finished with the Rota, they can simply log out, and we kind of show a mother pop-up, and they can say, oh yes, log me out, or no, keep me logged in. So if they say log me out, it goes back to the home page and it shows that the user have logged out. So we're just going to log in back and go to another page again. And if they say keep me logged in, it will not log them out, it will take them. So a bit of, if a user mistakenly press this button, they can as well still find out what is going on, then they can decide to halt that action. So what we're going to look at next is we're going to look at some of the things that I've done here. I've done something here that shows the staff list, the staff names. So we have the days, Monday to Sunday, and we have the total hours that is calculated, and other types of hours that will be calculated, plus their overtime as well. But this prototype, it's not showing calculation, how things is calculated, because realistically the prototype is going to be fully developed in PHP, and there is no point trying to do all this calculation in Axure. It's just going to take ridiculous time, which is going to be thrown away at the end of the day. So when you are prototyping, the purpose should be for showing your development team or showing the developer what needs to be prototyped, how the pages need to be designed and laid out, basically. So what we have here, we have this section which says email Rota to staff. So you might want to have a function whereby you can email the Rota to staff, and once the user clicks it, it shows this section which is email Rota to staff, and you have this section which says email Rota to staff, and the user can select all staff, individual staff, other email, and you can put a message and you can just send. Once you send, then there's a message that's going to be displayed, message has been sent, and it's like I've not done all that part yet. Also, you can manage Rota data as well. So the idea is if the user wants to change any of the employee, they want to change any shift type or shift allocation or any of the customers, then they can easily do that instead of having to maybe email the administrator of the system, and the administrator will have to. So the idea is for them to be able to change it directly themselves. So every user is kind of an admin on its own. So, and the user can click close as well, and it slide down. So we can see that transition. Once they click, it slide out, and they say slide back in. So we can see that the transition is really good. The Rota slide in, and you click close, and it slide out. So we have here as well again the query data, and which shows if they want to query the data to find out maybe how many staff is working on a particular day. So we're just going to display some data here so that when the user click each of the button, they can easily just see a preview of it, maybe in another page, like a PDF document or a report. So they can query the database and get some information. So we're gonna have types of queries that they can choose from, and they can just interact with it as they go along. Another thing we have here is once they finish with the updating of the Rota, if they finish the inputting of the data, they can click update data, and it can say update or don't update, similar to the logout link. And we have one thing here that we do a bit of interaction, whereby if you can see here we have this person, and we have the person as a team manager. Contract hours is 38 hours, and we can see this. We say if I select another name, for example, now we will see that the position name changes. So if I select James, the position changes to coordinator. If I select another person, the position changes. So this label is changing based on the item that is selected here, and that's a bit of functionality that can be used so that you don't have to be thinking of how many hours this person needs to do in a particular month. And those that don't need hours, they can just have it. You can see the hours is changing as well as the job title. Also, what I've done here is I've added something here, which if I click edit to add a particular shift, if I click edit, then we slide this now and we can enter information here, whatever we want. We can enter the time and everything. And once we enter it, we can just do update shift, and this information will be displayed here. Now once we click the delete, it removes everything. Like I said, I didn't use repeaters here because there's really no need, because it's just going to be waste of time, because developers have already started working on this application really. So we have this edit here. It shows this information and we can enter the shift, and once we click update, it shows. Once we click another section as well, we can do it as we go along, so we can easily just put them there. And once we say delete, we can delete as we go along. So you can see we've only used masters, and each of them is performing separately. So this is a very simple tutorial, just an overview of like a demonstration of how this prototype works. If you want the app file, just drop me a message. I can send you the app file to go over it, and I will be working on the project itself and creating a tutorial so as to show you guys how to do this this application, this prototype application from the scratch. And there's a lot of dynamic panels going on here. If we go on the widget area, a lot of things is going on here, and it's very interesting to see how this can be done on Axure RP, and giving your developers the tool to actually create a system that functions well. I hope you've been able to enjoy this tutorial so far. If you have any question at all, if you need any help doing any project similar to this, give me a shout and I will be glad to assist if I can. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye.